What's up, y'all? Back at you again, the Average Man Podcast. Just going over some things over this weekend. Um, so basically, I want to thank God for allowing us to be able to uh, live. Uh, there are trying times. There have been trying times, but now it just seems like everything is up front. Just want to thank God and give Him honor and glory and praise for being faithful to us and being true to his word and keeping us. I'd like to also send a blessing out to and a prayer out to all of the people who died in that plane crash, collision, helicopter and the plane, all those people. Um, and for all those across this world who are suffering and being persecuted in some form or way, God be with them. Uh, in Jesus' name, I pray. So I've I got a message from a play sister who we were actually born on the same day, uh, grew up together. I was big brother, little sister, and so now that we've gotten older, we're both 60, and uh, my opinion doesn't align with hers in the sense of politics. So she texted me today, and it's crazy because like we really only speak to each other like uh, on our birthdays or Christmas or something like that. So 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 I got a text from her today, and it was it was strange, but the text reads, "Well, I guess you black Trump lovers are getting just what you deserve. Let's see if your food and gas gets cheap after his tariffs are imposed. I guess you are happy to know he is terminating everything our black race fought so hard for. He blames everything on diversity, equity, and inclusion. I guess you Trump lovers are celebrating the fact senior citizens are about to suffer." And so it's disturbing to me that we were raised in church. We went to church, Metropolitan Baptist Church, uh, junior choir, Sunday school, all that. And I was always taught to trust God. So that's where I'm at today, especially at 60. Like when I was a kid, I did kid things. You know what I'm saying? Even when I grew up to be a man, I did some stuff and I made some decisions, bad decisions, some good decisions. You know what I mean? Uh, we all go through a life where I want to say that naive to what's going on because we weren't really aware. Jim Crow ended in 68, So that would have made me 4 years old. So from the 1800s till Jim Crow, like, and she said, black Trump lovers. Okay, so I'll just say black people weren't even considered citizens. They were hanging us for their leisure. I recall seeing a picture of a group of white people, like if it was a concert and the tree hanging about 8 black people. Um, so it's hard to explain, like why do you think that there's anything different? How do you think you got this far? We got this far by the grace of God. Period, point blank. You know what I mean? So you think God is uh, happy with same-sex marriage and LGB 1 2 3 and however you say it, uh, and people changing their sex and parents allowing their children to change their sex? You think God is pleased with all this mess? Like, I'm thinking about deportations. So let's remember that Barack Obama was known as the deporter in chief, right? But when you talk about Barack Obama compared to Trump, Trump is evil, and Barack Obama did it. It was okay. Um, it's just crazy how people have forgotten that the devil is the author of confusion, separation, and these things go out of your mind. Like, see, we were blessed enough to be babies during the times our parents couldn't sit at the table with white people. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I vaguely remember at Gleason Park, there was a concession stand. There was swimming pool, park. It was really nice. Okay, but I vaguely remember when the blacks only stuff was still being removed. You know, um, we were blessed enough to not have to go through that. So we're not the immigrants, though. Like, we've been the immigrants. You know, I just heard Joy Bayard was saying something about her family tree and her people were able to come over here on their own because of whatever was happening in the other country they were from. And they came over here and they made a living and all that. And yeah, they all did that. The Asian people came over, and I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that, but or stereotypical, but you know, I remember. Okay, well, I'll just say I remember watching an episode of Ponderosa when Hobson was a cook. They also did laundry. That's what they were known for. The Italians came over; they brought their cuisine. Um, but we came over here chained and as animals. and was made to pick cotton and do all sorts of things in this country. Uh, and so far under a mostly Democratic uh, regime. I mean, I'm just saying, Lincoln was, he was Republican. Martin Luther King was Republican. You know what I'm saying? Um, but people have become so angry about something that they can't do anything about. And so now it seems like they're looking for the demise so they can say, "See, we told you so." You know, what good is that going to do? That's just going to put us back for in a 4-year situation that somebody else going to have to try to dig us out of. So, like Obama came in, he had to try to fix everything from both Bushes, the father and son Bush. You know, like, what is the problem? I just don't understand why people can't have a conversation to agree or disagree. I mean, and its families are breaking up over this. Like, what? So, do we see the big picture? So, the big picture ain't really the politics. The big picture is Satan is coming in and tearing down our families, right? And separating and seeking this and who he can devour. So it comes down to uh whom do you choose to trust? Do you like who really gives it about who in the White House? Because God has his hands on everything. I mean, kind of let common sense kick in. And now one side is still pointing fingers and calling names. Like a bunch of children. Like, I don't get it. Somewhere I read, conform not to the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So after you get all the little negative sound bites, all the little negative sound bites from the stuff that people can make a negative uh, motion, you know, then that's how you get your opinion and you run with it instead of saying, let me see, is this right? Let me see how bad Trump really is. Let me really look into this thing, not from what Fox tells me, or not from what CNN tells me, not from what these news channels tell me, but let me look some of this stuff up myself and come to an independent thinking scenario. At the end of the day, though, you still gotta trust God, people. That's all I'm saying to be saying everything that I'm saying. Feel that. That's all I'm saying to be saying what I'm saying. Yeah. Uh, again, you've joined the Average Man podcast. I'm just starting out. I'm working on getting things better. Um, yeah. As y'all can see, I'm trying to get my little background straight. See, I need to get more light in here and everything. I need to get more light and stuff, you know. But people, I really just want to tell you that we have to trust God. If we don't trust God, we're going to be so bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be really bad. I'm telling you now. If we put faith in our leaders rather than pray for them that they make good decisions, pray for our Congress that they can block things that need to be blocked and pass things that need to be passed. Um, if we don't do this, it ain't gonna be good. Either way, either way. I mean, if you look at it like for real, I mean, just look at it for real. You have to take the choice between the good, evil, whatever, one, whatever. So here you go. You got Kamala on one hand, all for abortion, all for LGBTQ, all for gender rights, and pretty much all for everything that goes against God. Right? So I vote for that. No, sorry, can't do it. Don't believe. Don't believe. Not gonna make me. Not gonna make me believe because uh uh you know there's male and there's female. That's all I'm going with. Like if you want to have surgery to be a female and you were born a male, hey man, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with it though. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Yeah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. It's against religious principles uh, on all levels, not just Christianity, but all of them. The Torah, the Quran, Jehovah Witness. I don't care what you is. It's over with. I just heard the bishop lady. I don't know if she LGBTQ or whatever she is. I don't know. You know, but she started out saying, "Give us mercy, Trump." Like, who is he? Who is he to be asking for mercy for? Right? And first of all, how are you in the pulpit asking mercy of a man? What? And then you come back and say something like, "We have gay and lesbian children." How? How do we have gay and lesbian children? Because it's being birthed in our system. You know, when I was a kid, mind you, when I was a kid, there was homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? There was. It was in the church, you know, but they weren't trying to force their situation on nobody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? And from what I've learned is that, you know, you're supposed to love everybody. Now, I got to agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to agree with your lifestyle, but I'm not going to pull out no hate speeches neither. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's what you have to deal with your creator. You know what I'm saying? If you believe God created us, you know what I'm saying, and you believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and you believe that, if you believe that, then if you believe that God created us, then that's who you're going to have to deal with. I don't have no heaven or hell to put nobody in. So that being said, my sons used to ask me when we had Taylor's paintings, "So, Dad, you would hire somebody gay?" Look, son, I tell you like this. If they can paint this room, cut and paint this room correctly, I'll give them the same ways that I give everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Do I agree with his lifestyle? Nope. That ain't my business. That ain't my business. It's not my business. But nowadays, your kid can go to school have an issue, talk to the teacher about it. The teacher don't even have to tell me about my own child. See, I thought it took a village, right? I thought the teachers and principals were a part of the village. You know what I'm saying? They come, oh well, we can't mess with their trust issue. You know, if I tell you, then they won't trust to tell me anything else. Okay, well, yeah, that goes out the window if my son come and tell you that he want to be a little girl. You know, my daughter want to be a little boy. Uh, my son feel like he want to be a truck. He don't want to identify as being human. He no, that's when you're supposed to allow the parent in to educate his child. So let the parents educate their children on the things simple. Train up a child in the way that they should go. Yeah, let us do that. You know, but this democratic system that they're so in love with, made a way to have gender bathrooms. They made a way for uh, the transition. They have gender clinics that will teach you and give you the hormones that you need to grow up to be something other than you were created, right? But they couldn't make that same mission for prayer. They couldn't make that same issue for, well, the Islamic people pray 7 times a day. We need to have a couple of spots over there for them. Uh, you know, when I was a kid, we grew up with the Lord's Prayer and the Star Spangled Banner. Took that out. Well, you take God out of the schools. So now God is not being taught in the schools. Uh, it's being taught differently all over the net, though, all over the World Wide Web. You know, you can learn about all these different things to try to come up with something. But, you know, my point is that if you don't trust God, you perish, period. Uh, I guess I'm going to cut this off short. I guess I've been talking for a little while right here, but, you know, I haven't put a post up in a few days. I've been busy with other projects, and so I will continue to work at this. And at the end of the day, I want to end off by just saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have to trust God. We have to trust God. We have to trust God. So let us pray for our leaders, pray for our countries, pray for our world, pray for everyone that is suffering uh, due to illness. We got rampant fires, all kind of people losing their homes and all things that could seem to be a warning from God that something ain't right, but don't seem like nobody paying attention to that. But anyway, this is the Average Man podcast. Uh, Brother Taylor signing off another one, and I'll leave you with people. Let's trust God.